Welcome and thank you for joining me today. I'm Dr. Motahare and this is the Art of Medicine channel. In this session, we are diving into one of the most frustrating experiences people face, trying hard to lose weight, but only little or no progress. In this presentation, I'll walk you through the most common metabolic and behavioral mistakes that silently sabotage weight loss. These aren't just surface level tips. They are backed by science and drawn from real clinical experiences. By the end of this session, you'll understand how to shift from frustration to sustainable success without crash diets or extreme restrictions. Let's begin, but before that, please hit the like button and subscribe. Many patients come to me saying they are eating clean, cutting out sugar or carbs, working out, and yet the scale won't budge. This is really discouraging and often makes people blame themselves. But in most cases, the issue isn't effort, it's approach. This highlights the big flaw in generic diet plans. They don't take into account the unique biology, metabolisms, and lifestyles of individuals. What works for one person might completely stall progress in another. Mistake number one is eating too few calories. Actually, eating too few calories can backfire. When your energy intake drops too low, your body interprets it as a threat, like famine. In response, it slows down your resting metabolic rate to conserve energy. Studies have shown that very low calories diet can reduce levels of thyroid hormones, elevate cortisol, and lead to muscle loss, all of which make it harder to burn fat efficiently. Muscles is metabolically active tissue. When your body breaks it down for energy, your metabolism slows further. This is called adaptive thermogenesis, and it can persist even after normal eating resumes, making weight gain more likely. Actually, one of the biggest hidden barriers to lasting weight loss is something that is called set point theory. This theory suggests that each person's body has a natural weight range that it tries to defend. When you lose weight, especially rapidly, your body responds by slowing your metabolism and increasing hunger hormones while decreasing hormones that signals fullness. This internal resistance is your body evolutionary way of protecting against starvation. Unfortunately, it doesn't distinguish between a famine and a diet. Research from Harvard Health and other institutions confirms that these adaptive changes can make it harder to maintain weight loss over time unless you support your metabolism through adequate nutrition, muscle preservation, and stress management. Rapid weight loss is the second mistake. Rapid weight loss may sound appealing, but it often leads to metabolic and hormonal disruptions that sabotage long-term success. When weight drops too quickly, typically more than 1 kilogram per week, the body interprets this as a stress. It responds by increasing cortisol, a hormone linked to fat storage, particularly around the abdomen. Quick loss also increases the risk of muscle wasting, which slows metabolism and can cause electrolytes imbalances, and also gallstones and menstrual irregularities. Moreover, aggressive calorie cuts usually aren't sustainable, leading to yo-yo dieting, a cycle of weight loss, weight gain, which has been associated with increased risk of insulin resistance and cardiovascular issues. A low-protein diet is the next mistake. A diet which is low in protein is one of the most common and underestimated barriers to sustainable weight loss. Protein plays a vital role in preserving lean muscle mass, especially during a calorie deficit. Muscle is metabolically active tissue. Without enough protein, the body breaks down muscles for energy, which slows your metabolism over time. This not only reduces fat burning potential, but also contribute to fatigue and poor recovery. Diet high in protein have been shown to reduce appetite, increase thermogenesis, and support hormonal balance during weight loss. Experts recommend consuming 1.2 to 1.6 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight per day for fat loss with muscle preservation. Most people underestimate how much protein they actually need, especially when trying to lose weight or maintain muscle. While the minimum RDA for protein is 0.8 grams per kilogram of body weight, this amount is only intended to prevent deficiency, not to optimize metabolism, support fat loss, or maintain lean mass. Current research supports a higher intake of 1.2 to 1.6 grams per kilogram of body weight for those aiming to lose fat while preserving muscle. For example, if someone weighs 70 kilograms, he or she should aim for 84 to 112 grams of protein per day. Adequate protein also supports reducing craving, especially when included at every meal. It helps stabilizing blood sugar levels and reduce the risk of muscle breakdown during calorie deficits or increased physical activity. Mistake number 4. One of the biggest flaws in mainstream dieting is assuming that all bodies work the same. In reality, your metabolism is unique, shaped by your age, sex, genetic, muscle mass, hormones, sleep quality, and stress levels. Your resting metabolic rate, which is the number of calories your body burns at rest, can vary by hundreds of calories between individuals of the same size. Ignoring these differences often leads to inaccurate calorie targets and frustration. Hormones like thyroid, insulin, cortisol, and leptin also regulate how efficiently your body uses and stores energy. If these are imbalanced, your body may resist fat loss even with a caloric deficit. Instead of relying on generic formulas, it's important to assess your personal needs. Mistake number 5. One of the most overlooked causes of stalled weight loss is the impact of hidden or underestimated calories, especially from healthy, nutrient-rich foods like olive oil, nuts, seeds, avocado, and sauces. These foods are beneficial for health, but very calorie dense. For example, 1 tablespoon of olive oil has 120 calories. 1 handful of almonds has 170 calories. 2 tablespoons of peanut butter has 190 calories. Balsamic glaze and salad dressing can add 100 to 200 calories unnoticed. Because these items are rarely measured, they often lead to caloric surplus, even in those who believe they are in a deficit. This discrepancy between perceived vs actual intake is well documented in nutrition studies. The other important issue is that when you eat matters almost as much as what you eat. Studies show that consuming the majority of your calories earlier in the day, especially at breakfast and lunch, can lead to better weight loss outcomes compared to eating heavier meals late at night. Late night eating is associated with reduced fat oxidation, higher insulin resistance, and disruption of body's circadian rhythms. For example, one clinical trials published in Obesity showed that individuals who ate a larger breakfast and a smaller dinner lost significantly more weight, had lower fasting insulin and improved glucose control compared to those with the same calories reversed. Meal timing also influences hormones like ghrelin and leptin. When meal timing aligns with the body's natural clock, it enhances metabolic efficiency and energy balance. And finally, the last mistake, poor sleep. Poor sleep isn't just about feeling tired. It has a profound effect on your metabolism, appetite regulation, and fat storage. A sleep deprivation increases the hunger hormone ghrelin and increases leptin, the hormone that signals fullness. This leads to increased appetite, especially for high carb, high fat comfort foods. Inadequate sleep also raises cortisol, which promotes fat storage, particularly around the abdominal area. It reduces insulin sensitivity, making your body more likely to store glucose as fat rather than burn it. One study published in a sleep journal showed that even partial sleep deprivation over just 2 nights significantly increased the appetite and craving, particularly in overweight individuals. Improved sleep quality and duration is a powerful, often overlooked strategy to support healthy weight loss, and it doesn't cost a thing. So, the key to sustainable weight loss isn't a one size fits all diet. It's a personalized, science based approach that supports your metabolism and align with your lifestyle. Start by focusing on protein rich meals, which help preserve lean muscle and reduce appetite. Combine that with whole, minimally processed foods, appropriate portion sizes, and consistent meal timing. Avoid crash diets and extreme restrictions. They often lead to hormonal imbalances, muscle loss, and metabolic adaptation. Instead, focus on nutrient quality, not just calorie quantity. Also support your metabolism through lifestyle. Get 7 to 8 hours of quality sleep. Manage chronic stress. Engage in resistance training to preserve muscle mass and stay consistent with eating habits, even on weekends. Finally, if you've been struggling with weight despite your efforts, the issue is likely not your willpower, but rather your approach. Your body isn't broken. It is responding to metabolic, hormonal, and behavioral signals shaped by factors like undereating, poor sleep, low protein intake, stress, and unrealistic diet patterns. The path to sustainable weight loss lies in working with your body, not against it. That means that eating enough to fuel your metabolism, prioritizing protein, sleep, and strength training. Avoid extreme or overly restricted diets, and honoring your body's individual needs. Sustainable change comes from awareness, balance, and consistency, and not shortcuts. This presentation wasn't just about what you are doing wrong, but how you can shift toward what works long term, supported by science and compassion. Thank you for taking time to explore this important topic with me. I hope this presentation helped you better understand the science behind why some diets fail and what can you do to support your metabolism effectively. Remember, the key to last health isn't perfection. It's consistency, self-awareness, and self-compassion. Every small steps you take toward balance matters. If you found this helpful, please consider liking the video, subscribe to the channel, and sharing it with someone who might benefit from this message. See you in the next video, and until then, be kind to your body, fuel it well, and trust the process.